Thanks for popping into this video. This video is for you if you are a person that is getting inconsistent results in your B2B sales, right? What you're selling to corporate, your buyers are coming back to you, you're maybe losing deals to the status quo, you're losing deals to competitors, and for some reason you cannot get your legs up under you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about something that is near and dear to my heart, and it's being a trusted advisor. And in 2024, 88% of corporate buyers say they actually buy. So this is after they bought. They actually have bought only from people that they perceive as being trusted advisors. They aren't buying from salespeople. They're buying from trusted advisors that can help them get to their best decision-making or the best decisions. And those best decisions make them look great within their team, their company, their division, to their managing director person. It all just sums up to be sure that they get what they need. And in them getting what they need, sales gets what it needs. So I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'll introduce myself in just a little bit, but I'm going to give you a couple of my tips on how I go about doing preparation to become a trusted advisor about our relationship, right? The introduction, and then we've got to get to the conversion point if I see one, or I see that I might want one, and then finally how you maintain it. We're going to cover those three things, more or less, okay? So let me share my screen. We're going to go just to LinkedIn, and I'm just going to go to a company website that you might be familiar with. And that company website is Under Armour, okay? I did a little bit of research just so that I don't have to redo this video because I'm not finding what I need. But at the end of the day, I just did it before I turned this on. Okay, so first and foremost, I go to Under Armour. The first thing I want to look at is their About section. Of course, I'm going to go to their website. But I can tell you that this here tells me pretty much everything that I need to know about the culture at Under Armour, right? So right away, it lets me know I'm not going in there being mediocre. I need to be at the top of my game if I'm presenting and or inquiring about creating a relationship with Under Armour, okay? Goes into, loving athletes, celebrating wins. I love that part. Standing for equity, acting sustainably, and fighting on together. Okay, all of this is great, but at the end of the day, like I said, this is the big, big bang. Okay, the next place I go is to people, and let's say I'm calling because I want to do some sales coaching, sales advising for them. So I'm looking for like a director of sales, like a Patrick Baylor. I'm going to click on Patrick's profile. I immediately look to see, okay, he's based in Philly. I always look to see if potentially they put a phone number or a direct email address in their contact information. And then I look to see like, well, one, he doesn't have any activity. So I'm looking to see what his experience looks like. He's come up through on Under Armour, and that's pretty much all he has listed, I believe. Yep, it is. Okay. So I'm going to go back to Patrick, and then here's the juice over here, which a lot of you already know about, but I'm just going to say it for those of you who do not. I'm looking over on this side for potentially anyone else. Michael would be it. That is, he's director of team sales at Under Armour. So I'm getting closer, right? So Michael, again, Philadelphia, I'm clicking into his contact information. I'm checking all this out to see if we share any common threads. This is kind of your basic, what I'm good at about section, which is great. And then he's got activity, which I believe is from 3 months ago. I'm going to look and see if he was maybe more active. Yeah, this is all, very, very old stuff. Not even sure if he's actually still there, right? So let's see. We're going to go back. I'll do it this way. Sorry about that. We are going to go back to, we'll go back. You know what? I'll go back to mine, and then we'll go back to Under Armour. Okay. All right, so we're going to go back, and we're going to, we've decided that Michael is it, right? Okay, so we decided, bear with me, that Michael Lomas is the guy, okay? The next thing I'm going to do, because his post is fairly outdated, so to speak, I'm going to go and drop his name in Google. And you know why? Because I want to see if Michael Lomas, which he's here, right? I want to see if Michael Lomas has done anything. Has he written a book? Has he, maybe he's at another company? Is anything else coming up? I don't too much get involved in, their IG or their Facebook, just because I think that sometimes we know too much about people. And since I'm working B2B, I'm not really interested in necessarily what he's doing on the weekends. Okay, not right now anyway. From a personal perspective, I would probably learn that as I go, but I don't want to know it before I get there. Okay, so I don't see, any books or anything like that. And so my next step is I am going to look up Under Armour because I want to see primarily, I'm going to their actual website, right? And I'm going to show you that if you go just to a website, you could probably get down here. Sorry about that. Probably go down here, get to their About Us. I'm always looking. So a couple of things I'm looking for. I'm looking for their About Us story. I might peek at careers just to see if they have a lot of sales opportunities open. I may look at this. And then the only other thing I'm really going to look at would be, if you're doing enterprise, of course, you want to look at investor relations. But the only other thing that I might look at would be news, right? So just, what they're doing in terms of news. But we're going to start here with About Us and just take a peek and see what they have going on. All right, great. So we're going to scroll. Sorry to make you dizzy. And we're going to keep going through all of this. What I'm looking for now is their team. So again, there we go. We're going to go to our company and let's see if they've got I've got history. I would definitely look at that. I'm really looking for their team though. So let's go to our company and see if their team is mentioned here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't done this particular company before. Let's see. So now I'm going to executive officers. And if you're calling on, maybe C-suite or you're calling on, just anyone in the C-suite, again, you can take any of these names, right? So there's not a tendency to have a chief sales officer on staff. Some companies do have them and others don't. But I will tell you that it's highly likely if you take any of these names, primarily maybe chief consumer officer, maybe chief people officer, and drop it into LinkedIn, it is highly likely that they are connected to someone that heads up sales for their team as a company-wide initiative. The other place that you can look is in their press releases. And there's one other place that I tend to look, but if I wanted to go here, I might look at their financials. Let's pop in here, see what kind of press release they have. So this is back in November. Not too exciting. I probably don't go this deep into it. I'm not getting ready to have a conversation with them about, their fiscal results or anything. I just am always looking for like what's critical, right? So now I'm going to stories. That's one of my favorite places. And I'm looking at press releases again, bolsters leadership team with appointments. So they have a new chief product officer and president of Americas. So their website just got updated 3 days ago with regard to that chief product officer and new president of the Americas, which is ironic. Again, I didn't spec this out before I did it. Let's just see where those people come from, because I can tell you, if we know where they come from, we may have a sense of where Under Armour is going, right? So greater brand demand for the brand, right? Innovation and design. Let's see. Not a ton here, something you could, really read through if that's of interest to you. But at the end of the day, it gives us a sense of what it is. They've just made some critical changes, right? So that's good to know. A lot of times we go in to meetings and we don't even know that there's a new president that is of the Americas that's just come on the scene. Do you know what happens when new presidents of the Americas for a company come on the scene? They do a couple of things. Typically, they either are there to make changes right away. Maybe, and I'm not associating this with Under Armour, maybe they've lost money and they're there to actually cut costs, increase revenue, and all of those things. The other side of what they could potentially do is they'll come in and they will stay status quo for a period of time. So if you are introducing something on an enterprise level or something that doesn't fit into the immediate initiatives of the person coming in, there's a really good chance that what you're presenting will be put on the back burner. Okay. So it's good to know when changes are made. Like I said, I did not research this before doing it. But at the end of the day, these are a couple few tips that you can use to get really close to understanding where things are. And that way, when you're in the meeting and or if someone takes a meeting with you, you don't go through this surprise of like, I didn't realize you just brought in a new president of the Americas and chief product officer, right? So you're in there selling something for the product, and there's someone that's brand new in the space. They're understanding what the lay of the land is, and they're trying to decide if they're going to make critical decisions. Are they going to stay status quo and things of that nature? So those are conversations you can have with your, I'm going to stop sharing. Those are conversations that you can have, right, with the corporate buyer, either before you take the meeting and put the time, effort, and energy in and have them do the same, or you could do it when you first set up and you first get started, right? And let them know that you're aware that there have been some changes made. Those are steps you can take to become a trusted advisor. Do your homework, do it well. Don't go in mediocre. Under Armour is not, I've never worked with Under Armour, but I'm just telling you, based on their mission and based on what they outlined, they are not looking for mediocrity. They're looking for people to come in that know exactly what it could be that they're looking for and how you can help them as a buyer look like a rock star. Okay, that's it for me. I really wanted to communicate out a couple of steps to get to trusted advisor status. That's just the beginning, right? That's just step one. That doesn't take, it took me, I don't know, 5 minutes, 8 minutes. I don't even see a timer here. It does not take long, but it does take commitment to actually do that. So if you're out there in relationship sales and you know that the process might be a little more lengthy, then you want to put in the time to actually do some of the preparation. And that's just some of it. If you are selling B2C or you're selling transactionally, there's a good chance that this isn't going to play out for a return on investment for you. Although you could take some of it and just run with it, right? You can try it out. But at the end of the day, really, this is more for complex sales, relationship-based sales, and helping people get to trusted advisor status. Transactional sales, if that's you, you could be gaining your relationship, right, by broadening your understanding of what you know. So this isn't for beginners. This is for people that are selling and not getting consistent results. Beginners, if you want to come in and jump all over it, you'll be 10 steps ahead of the game. But this is really for people that are already selling, gaining traction, but not as consistent as they might like, because on this kind of seesaw, maybe your sales technique is great, but at the same time, your trusted advisor technique is low, okay? I'll be talking about this more and more. I'll drop a link in the comments. If any of this resonates with you and you want to schedule a call, I will drop a link in the comments for you. But at the end of the day, do your homework.